Okay, so the other day I soaked the brake lines off this proportioning valve with PB Blaster in an attempt to kind of let it soak in and get it ready to be broken loose. I didn't think ahead when I took off the wheel well and all that. This was bolted to the fender liner, the wheel well, and held it stationary. Now it's just held in place by the brake lines. So in order to break it loose, I'm going to hold it in place like this and go in with my wrench. Forgot to bring my flare nut wrenches from work, but if these break loose, well then hooray, and if not, well then I'll just have to bring them from work another day, or make a quick run out there and then pick them up and then bring them back. So let's give this a try. Oh, cool. All right, got that one. There's another 3/8 right here. Oh, cool. Hey, PB Blaster works pretty well. Okay. Get these just a little bit looser. Leave them in place so that I can attack the other ones. These are a different size, I think 9/16. Yeah. All right, let's see. That one is tight. Got it. Okay. Got that one. Now this one gotta go the other way. Let's see. That one's a small one. Okay, that one's a big one. All right. Now that one's got a twist to it. Let me see here. How am I gonna hold that? Okay, that should do. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going the wrong way, but at least it turned. So let's. Oh, cool. There we go. Okay, and then get that bottom one, which I think probably 1/2 inch. Let's find out. Oh. Oh, 3/8. Okay. So. Ooh, that one doesn't feel good. Different vantage point. Let's see. Okay. Oh boy, I don't like that one. Oh, no, that one's rounding off. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna soak that one with more PB Blaster. Maybe give it a couple whacks. Try it again in a little bit. And if it still doesn't start to spin, well then flare nut wrench all around. And of course, this is the same one that was giving me problems over there with the suspension. So maybe this line just wants to be a little bit of a witch. So get the PB Blaster. Okay, we'll let that soak in. In the meantime, I'll start cleaning off the grime which is down along the fender well and all up on the body and all that. Alright, instead of using flare nut wrenches, I've decided I'm going to use vice grips. Mostly because, one, I didn't have any vice grips, so this gave me an excuse to get some vice grips. 2. It's slightly rounded over a little bit, and yeah, this is going to chew it up just a little bit, but I think if I can get a good grip on it, nice tight grip, it'll break loose easier than if I'm using wrenches. And flare nut wrenches, they're not perfect. They can spread a little bit. So this, if it bites into it, I think I'll have a much greater chance of it actually turning the first time. So I'm gonna hold it steady with the big set. I'm gonna turn it with the little set, and then we'll do the same for the brake line over there. And this has to go this way. Oh, cool. Hey, there we go. First try. Nice and spinny. Cool. Alright. I'll move the camera and get the other side. Alright, now we're on the passenger side. The lighting's different because I'm doing this on a different day. I've already adjusted this to the nut. So get it a bit tighter. Oh, cool. There we go. Alright. So now I can get both those brake lines out, or all the brake lines and the proportioning valve, and get the entire brake system completely removed from the car. Because this brake line is so chewed up, the fitting is so chewed up from me trying to round it off with the wrench and then biting it with the vice grip. Once I get it out, I'll touch it up with the file a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Once you break them loose, you can use an open end wrench. Now, I think you can get these rebuilt or brand new ones somewhere. There's a lot of critical internal parts to this thing, and I don't know if you can get it rebuilt or not. I hope you can, because apparently this is hard to find for this year. So we're gonna hope and pray that we can get it at least looked at or touched up, or hey, it might even still work. I mean, it worked when I pulled the engine out, so no reason to think it shouldn't work again after just some fresh fluid running through it. put that in a bag. Now I'm going to take off the master cylinder. I'm going to leave these brake lines on just because, that way I don't have to worry about losing them. I sprayed the PB blaster on the nuts and it should come off pretty easy. Oh yeah. I think I have a ratchet wrench that I could use. Hold on. Yeah, we'll use a ratchet wrench. Okay. There's the back of the booster. There's the back of the master cylinder. Looks okay. We're gonna just put it all in a bag and put it inside the car so we don't lose it. So this whole thing is bolted to the bulkhead from the inside. So I have to go up underneath the dash with a socket and all kinds of other finagly goodness in order to get this thing off. So we'll do that later on. I just want to focus on the outside of the car right now. Moving to the inside of the car in order to get the brake booster off. Now you can see my upholstery. So we gotta crawl up underneath the dash and get some of these nuts. Focus right there. So there's one of them. Let me see if I can turn on the flash or the flashlight. Guess not. Okay, so that nut, and then there's one up top, and then there's two more on the other side, which are impossible to see, which means they're going to be almost impossible to get. Let's see here. Maybe. Okay, you can see that one. Not really. Right there. So on the opposite side, the right side, are the other two nuts. I gotta get those off. I don't really have any swivels here, swivel sockets, but we'll see what I can do. And then of course I have to disconnect the brake pedal from the actual push rod
which will be interesting. Um, I don't think I'm going to be able to get a good angle of me filming for this, so I'm just going to cut after this and do it, and then I'll show you the aftermath. Okay, so I have managed to get the left two nuts off. The bottom one, which is this one, was just finger tight. So I got the ratchet on it, and it spun really easy. And it was like, wait a minute, okay, just go up in there with fingers. The other one was a little bit tougher, as usual. I'm showing you this because this is a perspective that only mechanics will know. Under the dash, with your feet up on the headrest. I've been in this position many a time, and most mechanics will have been in this position at least once in their career. I did a lot of under dash work at the dealer. This is not unfamiliar to me. So, okay, this is going to be super annoying, just like the light flicker. You see right there, that cotter pin? That's what connects the master, or the brake booster push rod to the brake pedal. I thought that I could just remove this one. That's the brake pedal to the linkage. But no, the linkage has its own little focus. Its own cotter pin connection, and that's gonna be a pain in the ass. But hey, we're here. Gotta get it done.
Okay, it took more tools than I thought it would. I had to cobble together some stuff, and separating that clevis pin from the linkage was a bit of a, well, let's just say that I know that's going to be a pain in the ass to put back in. But it's loose, so let's take the booster off. There we go. Here's the back side of the booster. Clevis pin goes in that hole. This whole thing is self-contained. It's supposed to hold vacuum. That's where this is the vacuum check valve comes in. So engine vacuum is provided here. This is a check valve to provide at least 2 pumps of braking assist in the event of an engine malfunction and loss of vacuum, loss of engine power. And this is the push rod. Pushes against the master cylinder. This is what makes your brakes feel nice and easy to press. If you didn't have this, or if this broke, the diaphragm inside broke or lost vacuum or something, you would have a greatly increased braking effort. So this is a very nice piece of equipment to have on a car. All right, and now that everything pretty much is off, you can't see it, but out of frame is the blower motor. I'll take that off later. Get rid of the expansion valve just out of frame over there, and start prepping everything for sanding. I'll pop this. This is the main bulkhead wiring connector. I'll pop that into the vehicle, into the cabin. Tape off some bits. Well, nah, I'll just sand and 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 sand, and then I'll tape off bits and holes and everything and start priming.